Hey everyone, it's Tiqqle, and in this video we're going over a few things for patch 8.3, specifically the Azerite armor that will be in the raid, and some things that came out on Wowhead about what Blizzard's done about those pieces, because it looks like they've handpicked some particular traits. Towards the end of the video, we'll be talking about specific class combos that may be affected by this because of what certain classes and specs need for their builds to maximize damage in PvE and PvP. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. As observed by the good old Wowhead, Blizzard has assigned one trait for a class's Azerite armor to always be on that piece of armor. Now, what does that exactly mean? It means Blizzard made a conscious decision to make sure that one trait is always accessible on any pieces that come from the raid. Now, let me repeat that. The raid. That means there are still the Azerite armor available from the mythics, from the chests, etc. And those may be going up in item level. I'd have to double check. But what's really interesting here is that they're making it, hopefully the idea is to make it easier, but the idea is every single piece of gear that will drop from the Azerite armor that will drop from bosses in the new raid in 8.3 will drop with a particular trait. And it's kind of worded here that it was that Blizzard's looking at it as the best trait. I don't know if they're making it seem like the best, or it's just what they think people are hunting for potentially, which is not always true for PvE and PvP. You have to remember, people are doing PvE to PvP, and then people are doing PvE to PvE. So it's a very tough thing for me to understand how they're able to balance this, as well as some combinations, which we'll get into. But basically, I'll put this link down in the description. Check it out. These are the traits that are consistent between all of the Azerite pieces of gear. So if we look here, there's a few that I'm more familiar with than others. For example, Demon Hunter, Havoc. Every piece of gear in one of the two outer rings will have Furious Gaze. When the I-beam finishes channeling, you get a haste equal to increased by about 1,000. Now that's going to be on every single piece in one of the outer two rings. So if you were hunting this down to triple stack this, now you just basically need to do the raid and get one of the drops for shoulders, for head, for chest, and that is what you'll be able to use in your PvE or PvP, whatever you're hunting down. There are other things and you'll have to look through this list to see if it really applies to you. It's worded here as it's the best. Again, I'm not sure if that's totally true. Like Furious Gaze and PvP, I'm pretty sure you don't necessarily want 3 of these. So that's kind of weird. In PvE, maybe you do. Put it down in the comments if you know. And put it down in the comments if this did not get yours correct, and let me know which one is the one you wanted. For example, Mage, I'm looking at Fire has Master Blaster. That has become very popular, especially in PvP, and it's got to be pretty good. But there's some others like Wildfire that would be also important. So those, the ones that aren't listed here, I guess they won't necessarily 100% be on those pieces, and you may still need to go hunt them down. And we'll look at Shamans, because I'm very familiar with Shaman, and we'll look at some examples, and you'll kind of understand it a little bit more. But this is kind of cool to me because it's the fact that you don't have to farm for those specific traits, but for PvP, you definitely are going to still have to. I just know it. For example, it's not like the outer rings are the only important thing about your Azerite armor. Azerite armor, even the most inner traits, the smallest defensive traits in the rings, are very important. For Shaman, for example, Pack Spirit. That is very important for PvP. For PvE, it doesn't matter. So that's very important. The other thing is, this is a great example where Elemental will always be able to get Igneous Potential. Enhancement always gets Natural Harmony. Okay, cool. Resto always gets this Healing Rain one. Okay, well, PvP, Resto doesn't use this. And in PvP, Elemental sometimes uses this. It's arguably still very good, but this is only part of the puzzle. Where's Lava Shock? Does this mean I'm going to have to farm? If I want to stack 3 Lava Shocks, I'm going to have to hunt them down. Or does that also mean that they're not even available? We'll go into that when I want to hop back in the PTR. But this is the things, I'm really curious about what you guys think, because you guys play all the classes, even more than me. You guys know I multi-class a bit, but it's definitely concerning to see that only one is there. And it's almost like, Blizzard, why wouldn't you just make it so I can choose 2 of the traits on the armor? Or there's one that's customizable or reforgeable or something like that, because you know, it's still going to be a hunt. I know it is to get what you want. Now, Warlock. Warlock, Flashpoint for Destro. Yeah, every Destro is stacking that in PvE and PvP, but they also really like Crashing Chaos. Where's that? And same with Enhanced Natural Harmony. Everyone's stacking that. But guess what? They also like Rolling Storms. Where's that? So, you know, on one hand, is Blizzard telling us that we're playing suboptimally and we need to be... No, there's no way they're saying that. We know everything. So I don't really know. You know, the combos are kind of rough because now what does it mean? If you're going to make sure that one trait is on everything, what are the other traits? Are there not good combinations after that? So it's really curious. The other thing about this is that for the raid, that each, similar to the current raid that's out there, Eternal Palace, each slot of gear, helmet, shoulder, chest, will be dropped from 2 different bosses. And again, each of those pieces of gear, both of the shoulders, both of the helms, both of the chests, will each have this one trait that's listed above. So check it out. It's interesting. I can see good things out of this, but I also wonder if it means that there's less combinations available, which does limit the amount of customization. And if Blizzard is, if something here is strictly PvP, or sorry, PvE, it could be shutting down those PvP combinations that may be critical. Like, for example, Resto Shaman, Pack Spirit. Now, let's take a specific example. Let me show you on the PTR itself. We're on here. Let's go ahead and take a look. You can log into PTR right now. You can go to the raids and the new raid, the Walking City. I can't pronounce that. Someone in the comments, please phonetically spell this. Please help me. All right, so we look in here, and there's a lot of bosses. Wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bosses. Okay, that is way more actually than this 8-boss raid. Wow. Okay, so that'll be pretty interesting. Now, there's a lot of things in this, and I will do a separate video about the trinkets, and I would say that trinkets are going to be interesting. Yet again, every season of the PvP, every season of the PvE has brought interesting trinkets to bear. That will go ahead and continue. But anyway, let's just go ahead and look at what we were talking about. All right, here's a shoulder piece from the second boss. Looks like that's the first Azerite drop possible. We open it up. Oh, look, Igneous Potential's here. Oh, look, Natural Harmony's here. Oh, look, Overwhelming Shores. Like we said, those will be somewhere in these first 2 rings. There's also other traits like this one, Heart of Darkness. Your secondary stats are all increased by 84, while your corruption level is 25 or higher. Now, guys, I'll do it. There are separate videos out there right now, but I may be making one pretty soon about the corruption level. If you guys don't know about that, that is a new system coming out in 8.3. If you look at this weapon, it says adding corruption, and it means it has a special effect, does something different. So that's just we'll leave it at that. I won't go into the system anymore for now, but this is what it looks like, right? So okay, cool, those 3 are on the outmost circle, and then the stuff's on the inside. Unfortunately, here for Ellie, Igneous and Lava Shock are together. Even Igneous and Natural Harmony are together. This, in general, is not that great of an Ellie piece. Given the current meta, I guess I would maybe go it because it does have Pack Spirit, but okay. For Enhance, this is good. Of course it is, but it's also on the same ring as Rolling Storm. So this is poop again. For Resto, that's actually good. Wait, maybe. It might not even be. It's not even good for Resto, actually. Surging Tides is good for PvP. This is good for PvE, but this is actually not that good. It has Pack Spirit, but damn, that's not that good. So that's an example of where maybe forcing all those things in there is reducing the amount of combinations possible. Now let's go ahead and let's find another. Let's go find the next one. That's shoulders. Okay. I'm like looking around. There's so many trinkets, man. Oh my god, we won't go into it here. Torment in a jar. I'm not looking at it. All right, we go to the next. Holy cow. Helmet again. Igneous Potential. Overflowing Shores. Natural Harmony, but see how they could be on different rows. That's fine. So this piece of gear, okay, Ellie would like for PvE especially. Okay, so, Turn the Tides, and this one for Resto. Okay, but no Pack Spirit, so it's a no. Rough one. Okay, so this is not that viable in PvE, PvP. In PvE, it's great. In PvP, no. So that's unfortunate. So again, okay, we have it again. These 2 here, again, awesome for LA PvE, awesome for everything PvE, but for PvP, it's kind of shutting down some options. Now, I don't know if it would be worse if this wasn't the case, but it's just something to think about. Okay, Igneous Potential Lava Shock, perfect. But no Pack Spirits here for Resto. Okay, Rolling Storm and Natural, incredible piece of gear. I'll be marking that down for this guy, because that'll be very good. 475 item level, holy crap, man, we're gonna be in a new ballpark next patch, holy shiza. And then in the last 2 bosses, the item level goes up by 10, so let's check out this headpiece. Again, I mean, okay, Pack Spirits there, damn, okay. Lava Shock, yeah, this one actually looks like a really good piece of gear. Unfortunately, Rolling Storm and Natural Harmony are on the outside together. But still, this is actually a really good one. That's going to be BIS for sure. For PvP anyway. Opening this up. Okay. Yeah, so like, you can see how this combinations could be a good or bad thing. This is on everything. Heart of Darkness. Wow. That's just as a base upgrade for a passive of secondary stats. Wait, your secondary stats are all increased by 86? Oh, shoot. That's a lot. That's your crit, that's haste, that's everything. Wow, okay. But that's basically what it means with the Azerite pieces. I wanted to do a quick video about that. I do think, for example, Destro Warlocks. Destro Warlocks will be a little sad because they may have less combinations that have what they really need. Oh, I can't look it on this character. But if they don't have Flashpoint and Crash and Cast, they're going to be sad boys. If DHs don't have Revolving Blades and what's the other one? I guess it's in the current raid tier, so it wouldn't be there. The water droplets that get shot out. Undulating Tides, then they will be sad. So, you know, there's some 2-for combinations that are really good. And like I pointed out for Enhance, that's, you know, Rolling Storms and Natural Harmony. So I think the twos combos may be affected, but I'm not really sure because, you know, there could have been even, you know, not even those combinations anyway. But it's interesting to see Blizzard do a conscious change to hopefully stop or at least decrease the amount of refarming and farming and farming needed to get that one piece of gear. So things are a little bit more interchangeable, especially for the raid content. Now, guys, with that being said, we're going to be doing another video pretty soon about the rest of this, so make sure to look in the description if the link's there. If it's not, it'll be there soon, because there's a lot of trinkets. Drains the life from the target, dealing 115k health. Oh my god, get out of here. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up. I like the idea of all these different trinkets. I just know for PvP it really shakes things up. But guys, with that being said, we will see you in the next video. Make sure to check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/TiqqleThis, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for the support, and happy holidays. Take care, everybody.